Hello, hello, hello. I'm Andrea Stevens,
And I'm Jeanette Mejias, and we are Web's Women.
where exposure brings strength. Happy New Year. We're 14 days in, but Happy New Year.
And I always say, if you haven't seen somebody since the new year, it is certainly warranted to wish someone a happy new year.
Right. We haven't
Uh,
seen each other.
that's right. Haven't seen each other since December. Happy 2024. How
Hmm.
has the new year been treating you?
I was actually sick. I was
And
sick
a lot of
for,
people were sick.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
sick. Yeah, I was sick Christmas Day. That kind of filtered into New Year's. Like I still didn't feel great. So yeah, I just kind of did my thing, kept to myself, which has
Yeah.
been good for me in 2024 so far. I'm keeping to myself. That's the
Uh,
goal.
okay. That's a good go.
I mean, so far it's 14 days in, and that's the pattern.
Yeah. I also I had a head cold that turned into a sinus
Ugh.
infection. That was not fun.
Mm.
I was put on antibiotics, and that was just my saving grace. Um, but yeah, I mean, it took a couple of days.
Hmm.
Same thing, New Year's, I kind of just like chilled at home, relaxed,
Yeah.
you know. But it was very difficult to come out of PTO time because I had taken PTO
Mm.
right before Christmas. And, my date to go back to the office was on the 2nd, which I did not clearly go in on the 2nd, not because of my sinus infection, but I had a medical emergency with my mom, but she's fine. But
Mm.
anyhow, it was just so hard to get into the groove of the week, even though it was
Yeah.
a short week.
Right.
And I still, even though I was on antibiotics, I kind of feel like my head was still kind of like foggy. And
Hmm.
it wasn't until really last week I felt like, okay, I got a clear mind now. I'm
Yeah.
ready, my engines are ready to, go and then, it was go time with work. But it was just
Yeah.
very difficult to transition back into work when you're on that kind of leave.
Yeah. Yeah. You were gone. Yeah. It's a long time. So yeah. When I see you, I'm sick. That's why it takes me longer to heal because
Yeah.
I take everything holistic. I don't take antibiotics. I don't even go to the doctor. I mean, it's got to be an emergency room situation for me to go to the doctor.
Well, no,
I
that's
try
good
my
that you do
hardest.
that. No, that's
Well,
good
it
that
just
you do
takes
that.
longer. You know what I mean? You feel crappier longer and it just takes longer when you're doing
Yeah.
everything holistically.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I tried that route, but in fact, I could just feel it like when I touched
Yeah.
like right underneath my eye. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I felt like I
I
saw the
actually have
stars and the moon.
I actually have heating eye patches. Like it's like
Oh,
goes right over
really?
your head. You could sleep with it if you wanted to, but yeah, you could make them cold or hot either way. But yeah, and so I use those with peppermint oil and to like
Hmm.
numb around the
That makes
hairline
sense.
kinda, and then
Yeah.
I'll put that on and I'll lay and so you'll just feel all that, anyway.
Mm.
Anyway. I am that's but like I'll do anything besides take medicine if I don't have to take it. My body just doesn't agree is the
Right,
problem.
right,
Like
right.
I throw up and throw up and throw up.
Mm.
Like I
Yeah,
am
that's not
not
fun.
okay with antibiotics. No.
Yeah.
So I will always do anything I can holistically, even with my poor animal, this poor guy over here. I mean, I don't know. Haven't I suffered enough with my
Oh,
animals? But
geez. Yeah. I mean, what's going on with Crater?
now, now he's got I don't know. I still don't know. I thought it was his hips. I thought it was his hips. I brought him to the chiropractor. Then he started hanging his head, and then I think it's in. I'm praying that it is an uh
An
internal ear infection, but it's
ear
like
infection?
deep inside because it's not on the outer part.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm just hoping that that might be the thing, and that's why he was kind of hanging his head, and it wasn't from the chiropractic care. But I brought him for the chiropractic care because of his hips. He's a German Shepherd mix, so
Mhm.
I know they have hip issues, but
Yeah.
he's 75 pounds. I've been lifting him on and off all my furniture. I've been lifting him, massaging. I've been going through, I did everything that I could possibly do. I think, but I did take him to the vet though yesterday because I needed antibiotics for him for sure.
Yeah.
Because you can't heal an inner ear infection. And he was throwing up he threw up all night long 6 times. It was just horrible this weekend.
Mm.
But
Mm-mm-mm.
I hope it's an inner ear infection. I'm praying that that is the only problem.
Mhm.
But we'll see how the hips are and how his walking and everything is once this is done. And I hope it's
Poor
not
little.
neurological because it could be neurological too. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I just haven't I had enough with my dogs in the last few months?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that with Crater. I hope that he
Yeah. I'm
gets better soon. I know that, it hasn't been easy for you, especially with Hero.
mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't lose him too. I'm doing everything in my power to like
Hey, listen,
heal him.
yeah, he's getting good care. You're a good mom, and he's fine. So
He's
he'll
my
be
baby.
okay.
He's my baby. I know I don't want to have to carry him everywhere.
I know.
75 pounds is not light, but I've been
Girl,
picking him
yep.
up. And I keep thinking to myself, am I going to have back issues at some point here? Because I keep lifting him on and off. I mean, I lift him and he just
He's
kind of has, he's
dead
dead
weight.
weight. Oh, dead weight. And he
Yeah.
looks at me like, what the fuck?
But he lets you pick
But
him up, right?
oh, he didn't at first he was nervous, but now
Yeah.
he just stands there like, well, come on.
Like, what are you
Okay.
doing? Pick me
So now
up.
it's like, come on, get me out of here, get me off of here, get me on here. Like he just looks at me like with his eyes up, when he looks at poor
Yeah.
eyes looking up at you, like, fucking pick me up. What are you doing, asshole? Pick me up.
Well, I'm wishing Crater a speedy recovery. I hope that
Thanks,
all
God.
your
Let's hope.
interventions will help him get
Let's
back to
hope.
himself, right?
Let's hope. Yeah, this could be a while, but
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah, well,
I'll do what I can,
that's kind of like,
you know.
what we sign up for, right? When we,
Yeah.
have these wonderful companions that become
Oh
part of
yeah.
our
They're like your
family.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of come with their stuff too, so.
Yeah. So, I think coming into the new year, okay,
Uh-huh.
I think everybody has this idea, right? When the new year comes, it's like fresh start, fresh this, fresh that. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm always looking at it like, what's going to change for me and what's going to change, right? How am I going to make a change, whether it's for the better or not for the better? I haven't done shit. I'm not going to lie. I've eaten my feelings away. I've eaten cake. I've eaten cannolis. I've eaten a 9 by 13 pan of fucking apple crust. I ate pizza like multiple times. I've eaten my feelings, I think, away in the last few weeks. But I gotta stop. Now I gotta stop. I got a wedding to go to soon in
Wow.
June.
You're going
Yeah.
to a lot of weddings lately. Where's the wedding at?
New Hampshire.
Okay.
Yeah. Somebody from work. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it'll be cool because we're all remote, right? So
Right.
I've never seen my boss will be there. So, and I already saw him in Rochester.
Mhm.
I met him in Rochester. I went out there. So I did meet him. But other than that, like the people from work that'll be there, like I haven't really met them face to face at all. This will be the
Oh,
first. This will be like the first
that'll be
time.
fun.
It'll be
That'll be a lot
interesting,
of
right?
fun.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I can't wait. It will be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, well, I have to tell you, I've let go of the theory of resolutions and all
Oh
of
yeah.
that
Yeah.
probably a couple of years ago. But um, I think for me, like with, you know, letting go of one year and entering into a new year,
Mm-hmm.
um, there's always a level of expectations, right?
Right.
And
Right.
for me, I'm like, all right, the level of expectation, and I'm just gonna like elevate myself personally. And when I say elevate, I mean, well, okay, I'm gonna work on not getting triggered because I think for me, in the past year or two, I found that I would get easily triggered by things,
Mhm.
and it just doesn't do me any it doesn't serve me
Mhm.
to land in those kind of spaces. And so I'm definitely being in a place of um
Mhm.
just letting things go. And it's easier said than done.
Mhm.
But I will say that, I jump started or kicked off 2024 with, going into the ER on January 2nd with my
Mhm.
mom. And, that always is,
Mhm.
it's not eventful to do things like that. But, at the end of the day, I have a responsibility as a caregiver to ensure that, when things are happening with her, um, that I can get her immediate care. She had
Yeah.
a lot of feet swelling and discoloration, things like that. So,
Mm.
um, but I have to tell you, I kind of feel like it's going by so fast already,
That's what I
right?
feel like.
I'm
I
just like,
know.
damn, like the month is just about over.
I
What's
know.
happening here?
I know. I know.
And I feel like life is moving at a very rapid pace. I'm like, all right, like what is happening here?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to what lies ahead, whatever that is. There's a
Yeah.
lot of gonna be. I find that life is always continues to surprise me,
Yeah.
and I
One of
just
these times, I think we have to talk about expectations. That's something that I think we really need to talk about, you know, because it's important. I'm with you on the expectation thing. You have all these,
yeah,
expectations for different things, but
yeah, for
and
sure.
I have the resolution thing. I don't know. I don't know if I ever really did that. I always look at what happened last year and make sure I don't want it the same shit to happen next year. So it's either letting go, moving forward, moving on, getting past whatever happened in the year before so that I can just
Growth,
start
growth,
fresh.
growth.
Right. And
Right.
yeah. And don't repeat the patterns, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I think
Um,
that that's a very great practice.
mhm,
Just learning
yeah.
from those life experiences and lessons.
Yeah.
That hey, listen, life is it's a classroom, and you're
Mhm,
always going to be learning something
mhm,
new. There's going to be a new introduction. There's going to be a new chapter to unfold. And I just think as long as you continue to keep that mental muscle,
mhm.
keep your mind in a space that can allow you to receive and also to um be challenged, right? Because we
Yeah.
are, when the minute you start to think you're not going to be challenged, that's when you're going to set yourself up for the biggest like letdown, but yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I always get excited about when a new year comes in because there's excited for the possibilities, excited for what may come, what doors
Mhm.
might open, what doors are going to close that needs to close.
Right.
Um, so
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
And our boys just had a birthday, just to shift gears real quick.
Yes. Both of
So yeah, I got a 16-year-old now,
and a
going on
12-year-old. We
30.
I'm with you.
I don't
I'm
understand.
with you, boy. Let me tell you, that's all
It's
I
this
wanted.
generation, let me tell you.
Yeah, you know what it is. And that's all, I wrote this whole thing on Facebook. Like I wrote like two paragraphs and I do my best writing at night. So I'll type to myself. I'm constantly typing to myself and notes on my phone while I lay in bed. I do my best writing there. And most people don't ever see those writings. They're all for me. Someday maybe I'll
Mhm.
post something, but it's all for usually for me or for another book that's coming, something. So
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I
it's
do that
good.
at night. But I did write a couple big paragraphs. And then I woke up in the morning and that's all I wanted to hear was like his little voice, like,
Oh,
Mama, play zombies with me? That's all I
yeah.
really wanted. And what does he say when he walks out the door? You're short, but you can still kick my ass. Fine, fine. Okay, I guess I'll take that over the zombies. Fine.
Oh my goodness. Well,
But
life is fleeting, and
I know.
going by fast.
I know these
And
kids.
I remember when he was, little,
Yeah.
6 years
I
old,
mean,
maybe when I
it
met
was,
him, or 7.
was he?
I don't
Maybe
know.
7? Well, year,
No, maybe he's a
what are
little
we on?
older.
7, 8, 9,
Yeah,
10,
maybe
11,
8.
12.
Yeah,
It was, no, yeah, it was 8, maybe 8.
yeah, 8. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
he was 8.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he was 8. But yeah, this kid, yeah. I mean, even I feel like he was so much littler when when you and Jacob came to my house
Oh, I
that one
know.
day, right? They were
Yeah.
both kind of young.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean, that was years ago.
I know. It seems like the other day. It's
I
very,
know.
I don't know. I just find, I don't know if I'm just in a different space, but I find like things feel like it's so new. I just walked into this yesterday. Like, how am
Hmm.
I 6 or 7 years? How has it been 6 or 7 years? Because does it feel that long? But
Yeah.
then on the flip side, then things feel very fast, like life is going fast. So
Yeah.
I have those moments where I'm in, those two spaces, like, oh my God, I want to get like everything done because
Yeah.
I don't know if like what tomorrow is going to bring,
Right. Right.
you
Yeah.
know?
No, yeah. And time is, I feel like time is flying.
It
It is.
is.
It
Yeah,
is.
it is.
I mean, like I just sat here and I was like, gosh, I have lived here. And it's
Let's
sad. It's sad, but I've lived here now for a year and a half.
see, it seems longer than that to me.
Gosh.
It really
Uh,
does. It
it
seems like you've
seems
been out of New Jersey longer than that.
Well, for the first 6 months, I was going back and forth. So I really wasn't there.
Yeah.
I would come back here for a weekend and then I'd go back there. And then I'd come back here for another week. Like I would come back here probably 3 times in 1 month. So that went on for 6 months. So technically, maybe it seems like 2 years that I've been gone,
Yeah.
but really fully all of my things and me being here, it's a year and a half that I've been here. And in a year and a half, I've lived in certain states, Ohio for a year and a half. I was only there for, you know, California, I was only there for a year and a half. And in those two states that I was only there a year and a half, I found my place. I found where I belonged. I had the right people I was surrounded by. Like it all happened pretty quickly. And being here for a year and a half, I have to say my expectations, like we were talking, my expectations were this is home. This should be a safe space for me. Um, there's people I know here. I should easily be able to find like kind of where I belong and where I fit here. And honestly, it's a year and a half, and I don't feel like I fit anywhere here. It's very difficult.
Hmm.
So it's time is flying, but I'm not settling.
Mm.
And I don't know if it's because I'm trying to figure out, like, business wise, I was always doing something, right? I was always at a networking function. I was always out, meeting this one, doing this. And then now it's like, I'm not really doing that because I'm working during the day, right? And then I'm
Yep.
not networking at night. I'm not really networking and doing things that I used to do. So I don't know if that's why I can't find my place
Mm.
or I'm like, where do I fit here?
Yeah.
Like, and maybe it's because of, I don't know. I don't really know, but
Hmm.
it's hard. My expectations of coming back here were that this is going to be a safe space for me and I'm going to find my way pretty quickly. And it is not the case. My expectations were wrong, 100% wrong. And I think I'm struggling to find that. So this
Yeah.
year coming into 2024, it's like, okay, I need to just be more intentional of what I want to make happen and what I want to see
Mm.
happen for myself. And that's it. And it's going to be all about easy and intention. And my word for the year is easy, but intentional
I
for
like
sure.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything that, anything that you're looking to, you know, materialize or manifest, it always has to be with intentionality, 100%.
Yeah.
because,
But I think I need to be a little more specific on what I'm looking for
yeah, I
in
think
my
like,
intention because I'm not finding peace.
yeah,
Well, I can't say I don't find peace. There's some peace. My son is happy. And that is all I wanted is my son to be happy,
but you have to be happy too,
And
right?
so, yeah, of course. Yeah. So we'll
I mean, I
see.
think that's
To be
great.
continued.
Don't get me wrong. I think that's fantastic. But I'm learning very quickly that, especially given where my mom is at now, she
Yeah.
sacrificed so much. And, you know,
Yeah.
this is where the road led her. And,
Yeah.
I don't think she lived a life that was full because she was always, uh, worrying about if I was okay.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, but at the end of the day, she sacrificed her own happiness and her own opportunities, um, because she just was in that space, like, I can just put myself on hold.
Hmm.
Um, and, sadly,
Yeah.
putting herself on hold just,
Meant she didn't fulfill what she wanted to.
yeah, she never got to where she needed to go. But hey, listen, everything happens for a reason. And, you know, I would have liked to have my mom experience more things in life. She
Hmm.
didn't know what it was like to travel or stay in nice hotels and things like that.
Hmm.
All she did was work, 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 sacrifice, things
Yeah.
like that, you know. Um,
And the
felt like,
sad part is that we learn
yeah,
from our parents
yeah,
and all the things that they missed out on. My dad included. I understand exactly what you're saying.
yeah,
I
yeah.
understand exactly because yeah,
And sometimes
there's
I catch myself like being in that space too, like, I'm not gonna do this because I gotta just keep moving. And I'm like, no,
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 we have to learn from our parents
yeah.
for sure.
It's that awareness. You have to have like that. I mean, I'm thankful that I have that awareness, but that didn't like come overnight. I've
Hmm.
worked through that. I've hired a coach to do things like that to help me
Hmm.
um recognize and be aware. So, but anyhow, I say all this to say that it's wonderful when our children, are happy, but we always want to make sure that we have our happiness is not sacrificed at the same time. So,
Hmm. Yeah, I'm
and I
with you.
think that I think that, I have a good feeling about how things are going to unfold for you this year. It's just something I feel. I don't know what, but I don't know. I got a different vibe as far as how things are going to like kind of uh play out for you in this year. So I'll keep it
Well,
to
bring it
myself.
all over here. Bring it
Yeah,
all.
I'll
Send
keep it
all
to
of those
myself for
good
now.
intentions over here. Send it over.
I'll keep it to myself for now. I'll mail that maybe in another
Okay, because I want to
another
receive it.
episode.
I want to receive it. So please.
Yes, yes, sister. Yes, yes, sister. You're on the right,
Ah,
you're on the right track with the intentionality for sure.
ah.
Oh my God. Well, hey, listen, I know it's been a minute, but we were spending the quality time with our family. B, recovering from nonsense of head colds and all kinds of
Yeah.
garbage that funneled, which is very common now, this time of year. But it's good to be back in the mic with you, and
Yep.
I
Yep.
look forward to continue our conversations
And
and
see who
see
comes
what's.
on this year. Who's our guest? Be our guest. Be our guest. I knew I had to sing something.
Okay. I'm gonna say you're like letting go of your intros of singing.
I know what happened
Yeah.
next time, but that's our
Uh,
be our guest. Be our guest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dancing teacups all around, right?
Yep. Yep.
Um, well, anyhow, girl, I hope that you enjoy the rest of your week
You too.
with intention
With
and
intention.
and remember everybody, you're listening to Web's Women.
Where exposure brings strength.